Okay, guys, I think we are live. There's a bit of a delay, but I'm going to just have faith in myself and say that we're live. Thank you for joining us, if you are. Welcome to the First Age Entertainment YouTube channel. My name's Graham Spearing, and I will be your heroic game master this evening, because tonight we're going to be having a go at playing out Heroic Fantasy, which is a game that I put together. Thank you, Kevin. If I do it, it'll go backwards. So somehow you've sorted it. I can't do that.
My copy printed backwards. That's just the. I don't know why.
Just for you. Just for you. So we're playing Heroic Fantasy. Heroic Fantasy is my Black Hack based game. So if you're familiar with the Black Hack, you'll certainly be familiar with the game. This expands it out a little bit to play out Heroic Fantasy tales, very much in the Dungeons and Dragons style mold. So this is an opportunity for you to see the game and see it in action for a short while this evening. This is quite an improvised session that I've put together quite quickly, and I've got two people to help me play out this game of Heroic Fantasy, both from the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. So there's links to the game and links to Kevin's channel down in the show notes. So I'd encourage you to see those. So guys, thank you very much for joining me for this evening. Perhaps if you could introduce yourself and tell us something about your character, and I'll take you in the order that I have you, which I think in this case is the same order that you have yourselves in Foundry. So from left to right, if we'll start with George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I am playing Connacht the Fair. He is a half-elf, rogue, level 2, and I'm going to just say his morality, I'm going to call it questionable.
Questionable. I think so. Let me just pull up some images as well. So we've got some images of people as we're talking, player characters. And Kevin.
Nice. I'm Kevin. I'm going to be playing Thrastul, who is a dwarven stoic guard of dwarven halls, and he is conversant with ancient dwarven rhymes of opening and closing.
Yeah. And
that's all I know about him thus far.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we will find out more about the characters as we play them. Our setting tonight is the central kingdoms of Kaland, and we have them as a tapestry as our background. To the left, we have the Kalish kingdoms of Pelar, Thrail, Veren, Uthlund, and Estbethen, and indeed some others. These are the old Kalish folk. And to the east is, well, a range of kingdoms. There is the freewheeling far coast, which is where we're starting our game, and indeed the Midkemia-esque Kars city in the heart of the far coast, a bustling and prosperous city despite its location. For around it, we have a number of other kingdoms, which one of which will feature more heavily. There is the Orcish-held lands of Uruz. Some pressure on the far coast from Uruz. There is the Elven realm of Gilfinar to the north. And to the south, well, there was the Helux dynasty, but that is effectively no more. We've just lost Kevin, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll come back.
You didn't mention anything about Arctic lands. So he was like,
I didn't. Sadly, they're up there. Unfortunately. Excellent.
Maybe that's where he went to.
Well, possibly, maybe so.
Well, can I ask a quick question, Graham?
Of course.
Is this the core setting of the game? Or is this the core setting of the game, or is it just a separate setting from the game system?
So the game currently is setting free. It has some implied setting by the very nature of the way the game works, and it does have some things like the gods, which we'll use some of those perhaps this evening. This is actually goes back to 1987 or 8 when I had some hex paper and some crayons, and I just drew sort of a kind of fantasy world. And all I've done is I've just put it out on a graphic and made it a place, a situ in which there's quite a lot will go onto this map. This map is in formation pretty much as the game is. So we'll explore it more as we go.
That's awesome.
Or just wait a little bit for.
Yeah, that's great. I love the history of it. I remember doing similar things, just like sitting there, just drawing things, not knowing what I was going to ever do with it ever. And you actually did something with it. That's the impressive part.
Yeah, well, I suppose I did. But so Kevin's Wi-Fi just went down, and it's back as soon as he's back.
I've been messing with my volume inputs, so I'm trying to get it to be better. I don't know if that's helping.
Your volume's pretty good when it's up. It seems to sort of fade away in and out. Yeah, a little bit. Which
I'll check a couple more settings. See if I can.
Sure. As I say, I don't think there's a lot that I can actually do about it at my end, or at least not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch briefly to our initial location, which is going to be Kars. So I'll just bring that up. Just see if that's interesting. So Kevin is still looking to be in central Kalan, but of course he's not quite here at the moment. So
That's cool. Okay, I tried one other thing. Is this still going in and out?
still a little bit, yeah, actually. Okay. You're quite audible. So this is the city of Kars. Again, it's slightly blank, but it's a place that both of you are located in to start the game. Let me just.
Now, are these? So I obviously have the book as well, but is this setting available, like somewhere, or these are just your own maps and stuff?
It's not. I am contemplating doing like a sort of little setting primer book to just provides a situ in which you can place your adventures, but that's probably possibly something for next year. Okay. Hi Kevin, you're back.
I'm back
and audible. Well done. Marvelous. So just to say where we are, we are in the city of Kars.
One important question first.
Yeah.
What did George take while I was gone?
Could you just check
we did have to make you a new character. I told you my morality was questionable.
And yet your popularity is quite phenomenal. Which
because I kill everybody who doesn't like me.
But nobody knows this.
Sure, you're an elf.
You kill. You
are an elf, yeah.
Well, I know what you think about
half
that.
Elf.
So I'm gonna, yeah, it's true. Yeah, half.
That's what you get by. Right, Kars. This is an awesome looking map.
I was just saying the same thing.
It's nice. So this again is just a thing I bought yesterday just to put up, so we've got something to look at. But it gives you a flavour of the city. It's a prosperous port town. There is a major fortification there, controlled by the Baron of Kars, and there are a whole series of guilds that are operating here, and trade that runs from the Northern people to the north, the Kalish people off to the west, and from time to time you may even, they used to be internal trade. That's less so now that the Helux dynasty is no more. And on that, the reason that you are together and here. Now the two of you have come together to discover and find an artifact. And this artifact is something you don't know a great deal about. And so, in fact, really the reason you're in Kars is to try and to see if you can find someone here who can give you information on this artifact. You know it exists. It is whispered and spoken about all over the place. But the stories you've heard already are so varied that they don't hold together in any shape or form. I would suggest, Connacht, that Kars is actually pretty much your home base. So it's you know, it's kind of from where you operate. And cheers, Jane of 36. Someone in chat. So the artifact you're looking for is something called the Eye of Jakara. And you're aware that it's an artifact that goes well back. And your understanding is that it's a potent artifact that holds a magic that is no longer available in the world today. It predates the sorceries of Kalan, the sorceries even of the elves, and possibly even the crafting of the dwarves. Maybe. I know. Unless, of course, I mean, you've heard obviously plenty of stories, Thrastul, about the dwarves actually creating this artifact, but
Right. Of course.
Which of course may be a reason that you want it. But
It's older than the elves, of course it is. Come, please. Talking
So
foolish if you're saying otherwise.
Exactly. I mean, all the best crafting is from the elves, or dwarves, or...
I'm sorry, Graham, my headphones might not be working properly. I thought you said the best crafting comes from the dwarves. Is that right?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought it's on my end then. My apologies. Please don't put me in your book of grudges.
Is it a big book?
Oh, it's mine is quite thin. I've only have a half page for Konak. It's only a half elf.
Well, that seems fair.
So it is that you are in Kars,
Eye
and you're
of
trying to
Jakara.
find out more about this Eye of Jakara. You have heard that it was lost during the cataclysm that took place in the let's get back to the map, the dynasty of Helux. That was it was a land at one point, but I think 2 centuries ago, it was overwhelmed by a magical apocalypse, which basically eradicated the land, scattered the people, and as a consequence, opened rifts that enabled the return of the dragons. And so it is that magical apocalypse has fundamentally altered the whole makeup of central Kalan. The dragons themselves have occupied a place that people around them call Drakendor. It is their land. It is said to be a contested land with some of the great worms that were opened up 2 centuries ago. You believe
Do you think
that
this Eye of Jakara is related to the catastrophe or cataclysm?
certainly the talk is that it has that sort of power, and that given that it is an eye, perhaps it sees into other places beyond this realm. And so its power is indisputable. It is, of course, as a consequence, highly dangerous, potentially cataclysmic, and also, as it happens, incredibly valuable.
You have my attention.
So, you find yourself in...
Why do you put up with me, I suppose, is a way of framing our relationship.
Yeah.
You know, what I like about you...
Don't know, game over.
What I like about the most is that if there's any time when things get slow, you always keep it interesting.
That does sound like
Anyway, look at that mountain over there.
Ooh. Don't like the way it's looking at us.
I quickly scan. I don't touch him, but I quickly scan him just to see where his pouches are.
Sure.
Just so I know.
Cleverly hidden inside my shirt now, which I've bragged to Konak for the purpose of keeping an eye out for other bandits and brigands.
He's much smarter than I look.
A magical artifact lost in the lore of the land, and you're in bustling, freewheeling Kars, a place where different parts of the world come together and meet. Who do you go to? Who do you go to seek out information and something a bit more concrete on what this eye is about?
Am I correct in thinking there are others who'd be looking for this as well?
Now, there is a question, and I would suggest that perhaps let's see what you know, what you've gathered so far. So if you could give me, and I don't think we're going to have help or hinder on this. I think it's going to be a straight int check from Thrastool.
Bang on! 10
Bang
on
on.
10.
So the way the game works, at least as written, is if you roll under your attribute, it's a straight success. If you roll over your attribute, it's largely a straight failure. If you roll on your attribute, then it's probably a success, maybe with a consequence and or with some intervention.
So perhaps we know there are others, but we don't know who they are.
Exactly. So you know that because of the potential power of this artifact, some are seeking it for their own personal power. Others are seeking to effectively remove it from the board. Who these people are, you're not quite sure, but you've heard of people seeking it out, fearfully or, avaricously.
Well, on the shelf where I keep my book of grudges, I also keep my book of archetypes. And the book of archetypes tells me the sorcerers likely want to use it, the priests likely want to destroy it, and the dragons wish to simply own it. Or
correct.
Yeah. Both.
Sleep on it.
Konak, what do you think? Are we looking for vendors? Are we looking for historians? Are we looking for oracles?
I think that's an excellent question. Because we don't want to let anybody know that we wouldn't want to be, let's say, following us.
Right.
I feel like we probably want to see if we can find a sage. Problem with them is you can't steal information.
Right. And
yes,
if we go asking, that's a piece of information they may share with whomever else may come and ask questions of them. Right?
exactly.
What if an oracle?
I don't tend to believe in those things, but if you do, I'm all for it. I don't have any funds, so it's not like I can hire anyone else to
what
do
I
anything
think
for me.
is what an oracle could offer is whether this eye will cross our path or not. Assuming they're not a flim-flammer. But if they say it will, perhaps they can give us some guidance into where we're going.
This is true. I tend to believe everyone because I know I never lie. So.
Oh, aye, as you've told me multiple times.
That's right.
So
this morning, even.
This is your hometown.
No, it isn't.
So could you make me a roll? Could you make me and I'm going to say it's with a help die. If you could work out how to do that. Then it's with a help die, one help die, and it's a charisma check because this is about your sociability and your connections within the city.
All right, here we go.
There you go. So with
critical hit. Oh,
there's a start. So just for people who are watching, the way the game works is you roll on attributes, and this is a charisma roll. With a help die is like rolling with advantage. You pick the lowest, and Yep, the lowest is a 1. 1 is actually a critical. If you roll equal to or less than your level, so your critical range, your threat range is 1 to 2. But a 1 is a definite critical. A 1 to 2 is often a special. You get a bit extra. You know of both an oracle and a sage. So I'm going to give you both. Let me just pull up for you these two that you already know. Here they are. So your oracle. Well, is she an oracle? Yes, she seems to have a lot of knowledge, but you might put her perhaps more in the mage category. But she does have sort of a sort of sight, and that is Ivara, who you have had some dealings with before. I'm going to let you work out what those dealings were and what your relationship with Ivara is.
It's a family show, so.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, I don't know. My imagination is quite wild.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Ivara.
And your sage is Harrieth, who works or operates in the Lawkeepers, as they're called. The Lawkeepers are a college that operates out of Kars, trading in the sort of knowledge that comes with the ships that come in and out of the harbour. And this is Harrieth. And again, you've had some dealings with Harrieth as well in the past, perhaps in one of your operations that you've been involved in, one of your virtuous schemes.
Yes. So I will say to Thrustle, well, come to think of it, there are two options that we have here. One is an oracle, as you suggested. Another is more of a lore master, let's call her. We could attempt to speak with both and see what we can find out.
Indeed. Perhaps we see the oracle, see what they say, and then compare that against what the sage informs.
That sounds great to me. And I think what really went on is that the reason I have no money is that I am constantly going to the oracle and like blowing my money, like on getting readings and like you're trying to figure out how I can be in the right place at the right time to like steal the most expensive.
My wisdom is a 9, so I think I am quite easily bamboozled into this kind of stuff as well.
So we're starting with Ivara.
Yes, exactly. I think we're like the low rent version of Fawford and the Grey Mouser, I think.
I don't know. They seem to have a pretty good time too. So
yeah, no, they had a good time. We're gonna have a good time. I'm just saying, we might create some problems on the way.
there's a good chance.
I'm gonna.
Where would I find the handouts on here? I'm trying to.
Okay, so I may not have got you very many for you. However, however, the place to go is again sort of top right, and if you hover along, you'll get somewhere called Journal.
Okay, got it.
Now, that if there were any handouts, I don't know what I've given you. They would be in there.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if the images you were showing whether they were from somewhere. So
I'm going to open those up to you in a moment. So that is the place that you'll go. So I'm going to picture a scene. You're going to meet Ivara. I'm going to suggest that you meet in sort of the parkland, which is quite near the bay. The actual there's a slightly open area. I'll just ping it. So you're sort of meeting in a meeting place just here. And so you requested her to meet you. She's and she has attended. It's a bright, warm morning. The port itself is quite busy, but there is a little bit of peace in this sort of park area, and she sort of heads through the park.
Peaceful here.
Yeah.
Placid almost. Keep an eye out.
I think that's exactly when things start to go wrong.
I think I'm just going to call up Ivara's sheet now, just because. Just see what she needs. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Konak. How lovely to see you again. How's business?
Very good to see. Well, little on the slow side, let's say. One of the reasons
Sorry to
that I've stopped by. Yeah, well, you know how it is. But I have my new friend here, Throstle. Love to introduce
Hello.
you to.
Oh,
My lady.
Master Dwarf. Yes, hello.
Hello.
We were in need of your services if you are available at the moment.
Of course, always for you, Konak.
I mean, not always, just once in a while. You mean once in a while? Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, what actually, Throstle? I mean, ask you. What you were the one who had this idea. What do you had? Do you have something specific? We have to think. You have to be very specific about what we ask for these oracles to work. What do you think we should ask?
Young lady, we've had something on our minds. And what we'd hope you do is conduct your divinations and tell us how this might come across our path, and if so, where. We find ourselves quite at a loss, and frankly, if we remain here, Konak will spend all of his funds on further divinations for himself.
Well,
and
maybe.
You were quite friendly with one another. We'll set that aside.
I didn't say anything.
Our mind
it's fine.
has
It's
been
fine.
on the Eye of Jakara. Have you heard of this thing, the wee trinket?
Of course.
Right. So what we wish you to do is see your bones or your tea leaves or your flights of birds and tell us, does our path cross the eye?
Well, I'd rather it cross your path than that of Zarkand.
Oh, aye.
You're not the first person to come to me asking this question. Only a week ago.
I give Konak a look of like, see, fucking loose lips.
No, you're totally right. And I'm like,
what I tell you? Fucking chatterboxes.
Exactly. Have I heard of this person?
You can see if you have. Again, it would be a charisma test, but it would be with the hinder die.
With the hinder die, okay.
Is someone in
town? Actually, there's a chance you may have done as well, Thrustul, so you could also make a charisma check with a hinder die.
Just so I know, Graham, if I don't unselect the help die, it's not going to matter if I add
it. Does not matter, as far as I can remember how I coded it.
Okay. Looks like you're right.
Okay.
I still passed.
Awesome. So I didn't know who.
Okay. So he is of a particular sorceress order.
And I kind of do like Seinfeld, but I go, Zarkand.
Zarkand, yeah. He's a shadow mage. And he originates from one of the dispersed. He originates from Helix, the devastated land. He himself does not, but his lineage does. He is one who are calling for the resurgence.
I think I'm basically conveying all of this to you.
Yeah. But he's seeking the Eye of Jakara. He believes that it will be instrumental. If it was instrumental in the destruction of his land, oh so long ago, he believes with his power, he could make it instrumental in its return.
No doubt in an image to his liking, too.
I would say so. That would be most
How long ago?
unfortunate.
How long ago did he visit you?
Only a week.
Mm-hmm.
She charges by the question, lad.
Oh, this is why I have no money.
I bill every 20 minutes. So it's
Okay, good. What are we at right now?
Do you really charge by the minute? Yes.
Damn it!
yeah, every bloody letter.
What did you tell him? Will it cross his path? Is that why you bring up his business when we ask of ours?
I deferred.
Oh.
I believe it will cross his path.
Will we get there first?
If you can find its location, and I fear I do not know it, or in some ways I'm probably quite glad I do not know it, then you've got time yet to beat him to it. You would need to find somebody who knows the location.
If you cannot see it, can you see us? Where we might go?
Yes, I can. Or I may. And she spends just one moment while I contemplate that.
She's
And
consulting.
there is she sort of phases slightly out of sight. And then she shimmers a little bit. So her edges are diffused, almost immaterial.
Funny thing is, this usually takes about 20 minutes.
It's her billing code when you get the invoice.
Yeah, there you go. Let me just take that off. So she then sort of suddenly becomes very, almost sharply distinct, having sort of diffused. She becomes suddenly sort of, and then she slowly fades back into effectively a normal figure.
You are right there.
You. Not really. I do see you with it.
Oh.
And I see you in a landscape that could only be the ruined land of Helix.
How do you
How
certain
far-
that there's many places that look like Helix?
It was definitely you.
About how far is that from here, Graham? By boat,
So
the way we would go.
it's a fairway. It's a fairway. So the boundary, the veil of Helix, which is the sort of northern borderland, which heads into the mainland, is about 10 days travel from here. It's about 200 miles. In fact, if I just quickly show you that. Just move stuff out of the way.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
A couple of 100 miles.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I like the translating English into English component.
Yeah. There's probably a better way of doing that. So, anyway.
Right.
So, yeah. So it is about 10 days. And that journey is not without dangers. You would be skirting Orcish lands. And Helix itself is not a safe land. The catastrophe has altered the place. And it is unruly as a place.
If that's where you say our path goes, that's where it goes.
I'd say that's
Bumpy as
where
it
it
may
goes.
be.
It's a big land. You would need to find more information. But are you really going there, Connacht? Do you really think it's worth it?
We did. This is new information, so I think we're gonna have to think we have to just go to a tavern, get a couple of drinks, and then think about it.
She's already said that's where we are. What you're saying is if standing before a fallen tree and wishing it did not fall. This is as good as done, boy.
No, I was more thinking that we wouldn't tell her we were going. Is what I was going.
She knows
for.
it. You saw her face.
I know, but I'm just trying to. Oh no, man! This is gonna be like the Abbott and Costello of.
Ivara, you've been
adventure
a great assistance as well. And if we might impose, if any come and ask whether you've seen or talked to us, can you tell them you've told us to trot on, as opposed to giving us our path?
I will do so.
I don't think much of many of Konak's friends, but you seem all right.
He needs looking after.
Indeed. Tell me.
I'm right here.
I believe in the words of your people. We say you're a fair crack.
It could be.
Good.
Well, if I'm ever passing Dun Thuram, which probably is your mountain city, then I'll be sure to say
That's quite offensive. Now, it happens to be true, but still terrible. If you do find yourself in Dunkarak, I'll overlook your assumptions and make you welcome, should that I find myself there. I'll note, Konak, she did not say we were returning from Helix.
Very good point. I'm going to turn the spotlight over to you guys for a second just to say goodnight to Darwin, and I'll be right back.
Fine.
All right. What is that boy? I just told him. Oh.
Yeah, he does need looking after, but he's very popular here.
Oh, indeed. It's not a corner we're not going to. Well, either he's saying hi or trying to hide.
He's well liked.
So what kind of stuff would we need to, like, for as far as Helix is concerned, do we need to, like, is there other precautions and preparations we should make, or is there any knowledge of the land there that might help us in seeking out where this eye might be, or should we chat with the sage and then make it a plan afterwards?
You probably need to find somebody who could tell you.
Okay.
But there might be protections if you're going to Helix that you don't really have naturally have. So you may need to seek those out, but probably the sage would be.
You mean like magical protections against this place?
Yeah.
Ooh. Nothing that makes a beard fall out, I hope.
Well, I think Ivara would probably say there are charms that can provide some protection to the unruly winds of magic in Helix.
Good. You don't sell such things, do you?
She sort of looks at it and says, if you come to me tomorrow, I'll see what I can provide.
Indeed.
And she will.
So we shall then.
This sounds good to me.
Konak, if all your friends were like this, then it would be much easier here.
Well, it depends. We'll see how this next one goes.
Oh, aye.
So the lawkeepers and Harry. Come in. Oh, Konak. What business? What business are you up to now?
I'm in the very happy to see you business.
Of course you are.
Sorry,
everyone's always very happy to see you, Konak. Now what do you actually want?
Oh, is that really true?
No. What do you want?
Damn it! I set myself up for that one. I knew it. I turned it. Well, we have Russell. What should we try to find out here specifically? It seems like we need to know about some information about how to transport ourselves a great distance And perhaps if any ships recently headed for that same destination that consulted with her,
The
because it seems like Zarkan may have.
to reach Helix, it's over land, yeah?
Oh, I
Lines
guess
are always
yeah.
on the
I'm looking
ships.
at them. That's right. You know what? My geography was my worst subject.
Oh,
So let's see.
yeah. Because Helix is right over in the,
Here.
There we go. It's over here, right?
Yeah,
Can you guys see
I
my
keep
geography?
thinking we're like up farther up the coast, and we're gonna travel down coast first. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah. No,
yeah.
So,
So I'm in a caravan.
yeah. Well, it's good that you want to take the scenic route. I mean, see some of the world before we go to Helix.
Circumnavigate the world, and then exactly, and then walk.
May I ask what is Harrisgeth? What are we looking at there? Is that a city? Is that a ruin?
So the iconography is, if it's grey, it's a ruin. So
no, I thought that might be the case, but
so there are a number of cities, former cities of the Helix dynasty, that for 2 centuries have lain fallow, wrecked, ruined by the apocalypse, and abandoned. Harrisgeth was, if you like, a border city that marked the borderlands of Helix to the north. Is that where you're going, Connacht? You're heading off to Helix?
Seems we have just discovered that in fact we are, and I might as well tell you what we're in search of. It's the Eye of Jakara. Are you familiar with this ancient relic?
I am.
may I ask a context question?
Mm.
For this is Kev, not Thrastal. The Eye of Jakara, is it like a accepted fact that that's what caused the cataclysm, or is it just an artifact that's unrelated that happens to be within this ruined land?
So people have conflated, you think, maybe, that this is the case. Because it's believed to be in situ in Helix, because it's believed to be a thing of great power, the stories are that it caused the cataclysm.
It's the Kuri Nur of Helix.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I do know of it. And I can think of other people whose hands it might rather fall in than yours, Connacht, and I mean that in the best possible way. If you believe you're going to retrieve the Eye of Jakara, as of course many before have tried, then I would give you some advice. My advice is that you return. And she looks wistfully out the window and sort of thinking. She said, you return and we will find a way to manage it. What do you plan to do with it, Connacht?
Hold on there, Missy. I believe we're the ones paying you to answer questions, not for him to answer your questions.
Very well. Very well.
Though I fear we can charge by the 20-minute increments, so perhaps
that's the Mages Guild.
Standard rate.
They're terrible. What? I don't believe in such sorcery. So,
you know whether this... We've been told that our path intersects with this eye. And you're concerned about its retrieval as well. What would we need to concern ourselves with if we were to venture into the lands of the Helix?
So, let me first tell you that it is found in Harrisgeth. It is
So
found,
far.
in some ways not so far, in the ruined city, in the temple district, and the temple of Adan Ghul. I can give you some information that will take you to that district.
Well, see, boy, it's as good as done.
It's as good as done.
Seems like you have some concerns about this particular relic by your questioning. What might that be?
I believe it is black-hearted magic.
Boy, she's just tricked you into asking her the question she was asking you. This is how they get you. This is why you've got no coin.
Damn it! I should just let you
Even
do the
better if you
talking.
go in circles. Then you
All
right.
You know what? Forget I asked.
He's asked. No, you've asked. She's paying by the 20 minutes.
That's true.
Go on.
We need our money.
We need her answer. She's been quite helpful. So
That's true.
So yes, you do need that. Not many that spend that. There are many who go to the Helix dynasty and they go there to plunder the derelict and abandoned cities that were there. It is believed that there remains to be great magic, great treasures, and that may be true, but there are great dangers as well. Many that go do not return. Some that do return with stories of mage power that is unfettered and runs wild across the landscape of Helix. So, in answer to your question, Thrastul, conscious that I'm being paid, she smiles sort of ruefully at you. You will need charms. These charms help to protect against the sort of mage power that runs, let's say, wild in the landscape.
And protects your beard.
Indeed.
We're collecting just such charms tomorrow morning from one of
Very good.
Konak's acquaintances as well. What type of beasties will we find in Hersketh? The dead or changed?
Changed, unlife, and also creatures of other realms, other powers, other places that have found their way through the cataclysm to Helix.
You mean like the dragons do?
Potentially dragons, drakes, but also, and she sort of, she lights a candle and lets the candle light suffuse the room and light it a little bit further. And she looks at the candle, and rather than looking you in the eye, she looks at the candle and the light that actually starts to sort of gutter slightly as she says the words, demons, those from the lower planes. And the candle flutters slightly and the room darkens as she says it. And then she sort of looks round and the candle sort of reasserts itself, the light goes up.
Did anybody else see that? Are they being? Is it that these creatures and demons and drakes are drawn to Helix for some reason? And is that something new?
No, I think it's quite different. I think gateways have been opened, and things that should be kept out can now step through freely.
I see.
Do you know who else actively seeks this eye of Jakara?
Oh, I do know that there are some of the Shadow Guild of Mages who seek it. I can't give you names, I don't know. But I know that they are active. They're active in the far coast and they're active in Uruz.
Among the orcs.
Mm-hmm.
He leans a little forward. I might have some information for you then. For we happen to know the name of one such shadow mage.
Can you give it to me?
20-minute discount.
Agreed.
Done. It was all noise to me, but Konak knows it.
It is Zarkand.
See? Him.
Sarkand.
Are you
My eye on
familiar with
the
him?
candle. Is it guttering?
It's not guttering. You feel like it should be.
Yeah, right.
But perhaps the shadows lengthen very slightly as his nature.
When Thruster looks over and knows it's not guttering, I go. "Got it."
We'd best keep watch.
That's right.
What he's doing to these candles. What could he do to us?
Keep it
Terrible.
out. Keep it out of his hands. That's all I'm telling you.
Unthinkable.
Keep it out of his hands.
I see.
All right. Well,
And come
Yeah.
back in one piece as well. For goodness sake.
indeed, you've been a great help.
Do you have a suggestion of a route that would be safe?
So she will actually give you a couple of the old maps that in healthier days would have been trade routes that would have taken you from the far coast or an early version of the far coast out and through the vales of Heresgeth and into the actual mainland of the Helux dynasty. And she will actually also give you a schematic, very, very crudely drawn schematic of Heresgeth itself and an idea from the main gate what would take you through and into the temple district.
I
And
assume that's
also-
before the cataclysm, right? Like
Yeah.
the map would be the pre-cataclysm layout, or do you have information about the post-cataclysm?
She does not know.
Oh, okay, so I figured as much. Okay. Hmm.
Something in your mind,
the-
Thruster.
You said it was the Temple of Adon Ghul. Is that a god, or is that a
It is. It is. It's
god
it,
portfolio?
it's of the Helix. It's one of the Helix dynasty gods.
Okay.
It is
Sure.
a god of knowledge.
Mhm.
And
If a book that'll eat you.
it's a god that some of my order once worshipped.
Interesting.
Did the
Knowledge,
Helix have like a
inspiration.
discrete pantheon from the rest of the kind of region? Or
It is reasonably discreet. The Helix dynasty sort of borrows some of the pantheon from the Castolian Empire, which is off to the east. And
would
their gods
Adon
are...
Ghul be one of those?
Sorry?
Would Adon Ghul be one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite different to the gods of the Kalish folk to the west.
This be better, right?
Maybe.
Am I starting a religious war here?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
keep well
give me
clear
the-
of
I
that,
grew
thank
up Orthodox member of the whatever the heck you said. All right. And like, would we have knowledge of like what to expect as far as what we're going to encounter across the land? What kind of protections, barring the magical stuff? Is there any mundane things that we would be aware of, or is that something we should ask about?
So the things that you would know is that you need to avoid or be aware that there could be orcish patrols in the south of Uruz. You know that drakes and some of the minor draconic forms have roosted in the mountains to the northwest of Helux, and therefore to either side of the Vale that will take you through to Heresgeth. And in terms of Helix itself, you should expect potentially unlife, particularly undead, necromantic powers, spirits, demons,
All right.
and whatever people bring in or summon when they get there. It's a feared land.
What do you mean by that?
So,
You mean conjurers go in? Or do you mean that just by virtue of crossing that veil,
like bees
they
to honey,
bring things forth?
like bees to honey, they go there. They want to tap into the magical power that is running wild in that land.
Well,
And perhaps capture some of it.
Konak, it's a good thing you've got me with you. Then.
I agree.
So she bids you farewell with that information.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you. All right.
Following day, you can add to your inventories what we'll call a protective charm.
Nice.
That protective charm, yes, come on. It's got a 1d8 usage die. And mechanically what it will do is it will bolster your courage and clear your sight in the lands of the Helix dynasty.
But not that I'm not grateful for how effective this is, but does it have any beard applications?
I wouldn't care to do this myself, but I think you could braid it in. Can you see on either side? You could just...
It certainly makes sense, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes. Oh, and it feels quite natural there. It burns a wee bit more now. In fact, it's getting better. No, it's quite. Oh, it's getting worse. No, it's perfect. Okay, so I've got a protective charm weaved into my beard. Great. What else do we need anything else then? Are we setting out? So the should we expect that there would be like some major trade road or something like that that's heading directly south here that would have been in effect 200 plus years ago?
Effectively, your map is going to take you there, and yes, it will cleave to old trade routes, which after a couple of hundred years have probably lying a little bit fallow, but their route is still good enough for you to follow, or at least shadow.
Okay. George, what is Connacht's kind of skill set here? Mine is applying sharp steel to things, so I'm not super helpful for like navigating, but I'm wondering if we want to try to like travel parallel to the road, as it were, if we can.
That makes sense. I'm not a ranger type per se or survivalist or anything. I'm definitely more in the rogue area.
Okay.
But I am a half elf, so I might have some kinship with the.
Tell me that there's not a day that I'm not aware that you're a half elf.
So I'm actually looking at my abilities just to see.
I got the book right here. Hold on. Do half elves have are they a distinct like ancestry in the game, or are they? Yep, they are.
It looks like it to me, right?
They do, yeah.
Let's see.
You have a fair appearance, you have an extra aspect.
Yep.
And half irritating dwarves. Huh. Strange that Graham put that in the game.
Well, yeah.
Like you knew where I was going to go with this character.
It's not even on my sheet, so that's strange. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm more of a people person.
Okay.
Meaning connections and that sort of thing, and I'm good with charming, seducing, persuading. I am popular in the far coast.
We've well established that.
Yeah, then it's actually on my sheet. I love the aspects idea. I feel like Graham put a lot of things in here and I have the black hack as well, but I feel like you
Yeah. I mean, I've just picked some aspects for you for the purpose of this game, and I probably haven't picked the ones that ideally might suit what I'm actually asking you to do.
This is, but you know what? I think this is more fun to me is to do this, than to have exactly what I need.
Yeah.
Then you feel like you need to make sure you're not missing anything on the character sheet, right? It's more fun.
Exactly.
Like, this is a character now. We're asked to go and do something. So
one of the things that you've got is a thing called deeds. You'll see the deeds column, and the idea is that as you go up levels, each level completing a level, you will write a deed. And the idea is this is your story. And although it's only a part of it, it's the one that people remember, and therefore, arguably, it's the one that counts. And so you already got one deed. This kind of adventure might be the sort of thing that will definitely lead to another deed.
Is there a game mechanic involving deeds as well?
So there isn't particularly, but the way it works is you have something called renown, and your renown is just simply your level. So if you meet somebody new, if they make a roll and they roll equal to or less than your level, they will know something about you. And the thing that they will know about you will be one or more of your deeds.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's see here. My level 1 deed is managed to put up with a half elf for an entire level. That's really
was it?
I mean, a little harsh.
Weird.
If Conic reads this is going to be a little hurtful, but
it's so strange. It's like your sheet is just completely different than the way mine is written. I don't know why that.
Okay, so we certainly don't want to get lost.
So what about you, Kevin? You seem to be a warrior type.
I'm a stoic guard of dwarven halls. I know ancient dwarven rhymes of opening and closing, and my deed is I held off the orcs on the bridge of Azad Mar.
Ooh.
So
that's cool.
If we do run into orcs, I am familiar with how best to deal with them. I don't know if dwarves do air quotes, but I hope those were picked up.
What I'm going to say, for the interest of time, is that I'm going to ask Connacht to be effectively sort of take the lead in guiding to the south, but with help from Thrastool. And every game's got an aid mechanic of some description, but the way I'm going to play it is that it's a wisdom test, but Thrastool's knowledge and support will give you a help die, and you also have a map. So I'm actually going to give you 2 help die, but it is an old trail, and the old trail gives you a hinder die. So help and hinder dies cancel out, which leaves you with 1 up on the deal with help die. So you're going to make a wisdom check with a help die.
Got it. All right, here we go.
Nice.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, in fact, that makes it. So what I'm going to say is you find yourself after a number of days at the Vale of Heresgeth, and you've actually managed to. And I'm going to suggest that perhaps on the way, you with that roll, you avoided some noted and seen orcish patrols, and probably in the skies you occasionally see a draconic form circling in the updrafts of some of these peaks to the north and to the south as you enter the Vale of Heresgeth. And it is a broken land. As you get to the Vale and start to head towards Heresgeth itself, which is now probably, let's say, a day away.
It's a family stream, so we'll keep that between us.
You may pay for that later. However, you do find that the dereliction, the destitution of this place becomes apparent as you travel through it. And it is a moment in time as you're traveling through what was once probably a perfectly pleasant village, and the trail kind of heads through it, and it is now absolutely a ruin. completely
Ooh,
overgrown, lost. When I would like you both to make wisdom checks, perception checks.
Wisdom. Oh, not good. Yes. Critical.
Ah, God damn it. So, you hear it first. You actually hear it first. A growl. And ahead of you on the trail, you can hear the sound of it's some sort of beast padding and moving towards you. And just in the distance, you can make out a creature. It could be some sort of wolf, but it's large. With a slightly
I think as soon as I
distended
hear
neck.
it, Graham, as soon as I hear it, I will.
Yep.
I kind of, my eyes are like looking in this direction, and I just reach out, like what you do with a kid, like
Yep.
when you're driving in a car and you stop short.
Yeah.
Good approach with Thrastal.
Exactly.
He's walking along. He's about to bog in a hole. Oh. Watch out, Konak. You almost walked into that thing.
I point ahead and I say, some kind of wolf creature or something. Can you see?
Can I see it?
You can just about, because it's actually now heading. It's now heading down the trail. And heading in your direction.
Okay. I have no ranged weapons. How about you, Konak?
That's an excellent question. I do have a bow, in fact.
I'm going to get unsling my shield to get my axe out, and I'm going to step in front of the much squishier elf. Hold on. First, I'm going to try and move my token with the ruler. Then I'm going to do it again.
That's required. Oh, you did it twice, and now you're done for the night. You got it out of the way.
Is this the one?
It's the person.
I just made a measurement. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I think that's exactly the right amount of space. And
Select
then,
tokens. How on earth do I move a token?
It should be
The arrow?
It's the square, like.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Reticle.
Oh, okay, here we go.
There you go.
Fifth time lucky. Sorry about that.
You're on.
Feel
It's
free
fine.
to erase that circle I just made around myself.
Oh yeah, if I could work out how to
know how
do
I did that.
I'm going to just call it a burst zone now. Which
This is
Well,
sweat dwarves do. We're like pufferfish.
Can I tell, Graham? Can I tell if it has spotted us and is coming our direction as a result of that?
it's smelling in your direction, and you think it's only a matter of moments before it's going to probably detect you. And I would suggest that this is the moment just to see whether you can roll initiative. So to roll initiative, it's your dexterity. It's a dexterity check. If you make the roll, you can act. If you fail the roll, it will act.
Get a help because we spotted this.
Yeah, I'll give you a help die because it was a critical. So I suggest you've got time. So a help die on this is fine.
Oh, I forgot to put a help dice in. Hold up.
It's okay. I think you've made it.
I'm gonna roll a second die. Yeah, but I could get a 1 though.
You could.
Nah, I got 12. So 2 is what I got.
Okay, so you both make it. So the way the game works is it's quite simple initiative. If you make your roll, you go. If you fail your roll, you go after
Fuck off.
the monsters.
Yeah. I'm reading directly from the rules as Graham has written.
Yeah, that's every section starts with "fuck off."
And then, if you fail, fuck off.
And
As a page turner, I will tell you.
So
is it every round, Graham, that you re-roll for initiative?
it's I think it's just top of the round. So it's just top of the scene, and then that sort of sets your initiative.
Okay.
So there's no specific order. So it's just basically between you work out who goes first.
Well, it seems like because I've got the bow out, do you want to try to creep up there, Kevin? First, or do you want me to
I
take a
look
shot
down at
at
my
it
chain
first?
shirt. I look over at my shield, and I look over at my battle axe. And I'm like, we're not really dressed for I'm going to do that annoying thing that people do with any
true.
new system. How do I ready an action?
Perfect.
So here's what I'm thinking is that like what I'd like to do is if I defer to Kodak to go first, gets the shot off, draws this thing in, I can then step forward and fuck it up.
Sure. So you can do that. You can basically wait.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So I would then like to my range on my bow is 60 feet. So it seems like I am in range currently.
You are in range. You can make a shot.
Okay, great. Here we go. Oh, that is just the damage. How do you?
This is how confident you are. Actually,
sorry. It's a dex roll. It's a dex roll.
Got it.
My apologies. Yeah,
No. Good. Okay, I got it. Let me just clear my health dice here. There we go. And dex roll. I see how it works. That's great. That's very cool. So that's a hit.
That's a hit.
Now I would roll
damage.
Bow damage.
Yeah.
There we go. It's a 2 though.
It's a 2. Okay.
And just to make sure it sees where I am, I go.
Pointing down at me. Why?
This is this is a spirit-filled wolf or a warg.
Oh, then I run.
Okay.
Spirit-filled. Careful, he's full of rum.
What are the rules, Graham, in terms of whether you can move during each turn?
Yeah, so you can perform a attack action and a move. So you can now move if you wish.
I will then just move a little bit away in case I want to. I'm assuming I don't want to be right. Well,
it chases you.
Well, I was trying to get behind the tree. Is what my objective was.
So, is that tree got an axe as well?
Oops.
Because I went to the fire, shoot through the tree, and I didn't want to have to switch
me, boy.
That's true. You are short.
That's terribly funny. I'm just trying to kill it now. That's all I'm trying to do. Right. So you're going to wait. It's going to move. Yep.
Are you trying to get rid of that stupid my pufferfish thing?
So it rushes towards you. So here's the bad news. It's a level 3.
Graham lied to me about the rules.
Deliberately, so I could kill you. So you are at plus 1d4.
Plus 1d4. Okay, so that goes into the modifier. Yep.
It's the modifier. So there it goes.
And I'm using standard strength.
Standard strength.
I don't get to hit him before he gets me?
You do.
Oh, can I try to hit him first?
You can. You're doing it now.
Oh, that's the penalties for both a defense and attack?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Got it. Here we go. This is for you. Let's see. It's not good. No, that's a fail.
That's a miss.
Miss him.
So it now gets to attack you.
It's not coming for friends. Just kidding, dog.
So let's just see how this works. It has 2 attacks against you, and so you make effectively 2 defense rolls.
What does my shield do then? Does that give me like a help?
So your shield gives you a +1 to your strength.
Oh, okay.
For parrying.
For parrying. So how do I do that in the?
I'm afraid that's the one thing the sheet doesn't do. So you're going to have to just factor it.
No problem. Okay, so let's keep an eye out for then that. Okay, so let me. 2 attacks. Here we go. Number 1. That's a fail.
That's a fail. And give me the second one. Well, hang on. I'll tell you what. The first one fails, so it will damage you.
Okay.
So it's a bite, and you take 1.
It's a nip. Now I roll my armor, don't
I? So you can roll your armor. It is going to protect you.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it.
Because I only rolled a 1.
You cannot give a player a button and expect them not to push it.
Correct. So you absorb 4, but don't forget you're a dwarf, and so the dwarf has a special ability, which is the what do we call it?
Magnificent beard.
It is. It's called resilient. You're incredibly resilient. Once per day, you gain a 1d6 usage die of natural armor. You don't need to roll it this time.
Okay.
But it's basically there. This can be used at will.
Love it. Okay.
And it basically adds to your armor reduction.
All right. Let's try to defend against the second one. Come
Okay.
on. Here we go. That's it. Oh, no. Partial success.
So it's a partial success. So I'm going to suggest that you do successfully stop it damaging you, but the weight of it pushes you over and makes you prone. Unless you
almost take the damage instead.
Unless you can make a strength roll.
Yeah. Here we go. Is it against his level or is it a flat?
It's against its level because of its size. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Come on.
Makes it.
Try again, beastie.
It sort of smashes into you twice, pushes you back, but you survive.
I've mostly got him for Konak.
I think that might be the end of the round.
Okay. Top of the round. Konak, you want to go first?
Sure.
If you're done with your tree.
Yeah, so I think as that was sort of happening, and it was looking a little bit sketchy at the moment, I started climbing up the tree. But then when Russell looks over at me, I'm like, I step back down. That's fine. I wasn't going anywhere.
Quit stroking your oak. Deal with the dog.
And now I'm going to use the same setup that Kevin did to try to make this attack, where I got my damage die. Oh God! I am going to spend an action die. Oh wait, different. That's.
We don't have them. We don't have them.
So that goes super wild. I think I kind of came down, and my foot went to a little dip, and
yeah. In which case we switch the thrustle.
Here we go. Come on, big money, big money, big money.
Oh! And so it's straight back to the wolf who's determined to get you this time. First attack.
Try again, dog. Try it again. Okay.
Okay, so
my armor is a 3.
Nice.
Okay.
And Graham does it. Oh, it's almost done a 1.
Come on, armor.
Here we go. 11. So that's 2.
9.
Do you want to
use my dwarven
resilience? Make a roll.
Oh, I see.
I think you're just gonna. I think so. So on the main, at the bottom, you've got something called dice ladder. That's just a way of rolling any dice. So
brilliant. Okay, here we go. Roll. Come on.
4.
7, I guess.
So is that so? You roll a total of 4 protection, 2 for your armor, 2 for your resilience. So that's 4. So that's 7 damage. Also, your dwarvish resilience is now on a d4.
Okay.
Because a usage die, if you roll a 1 or a 2, it drops down a die code.
Okay.
So you now can roll a d4. If you roll the next time you use it, if you roll a 1 or a 2 on your d4, your resilience is out for the day.
Okay. No problem. It's fine.
So it's boosh. Did you again?
Hey.
And it's very quick. So it just flips back to
Konak, would you kindly shoot this thing?
So it was the tree was in the way. That was the. So
Quit diddling your elm. Get this thing down.
I'm gonna come to here. Well, actually, I was assuming my speed was about 30 Graham. How what is our move rate?
Oh, your move. It's fairly loosey goosey. It's essentially 6 squares.
Okay, that's basically where I just went.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm going to attempt to pin it with an arrow. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so I think it's moving so much and really going after Russell. That's a problem. What is happening?
All right.
I don't even think I've got very much when it comes to a fumble.
We're both the Jeff in this game, Kevin.
Yeah, really.
Right, I'm going to introduce you to a new rule, which I think you might need. So I don't have meta currencies. in a sense, but I do have something, page 65, called...
We're playing the remedial version of the game, George.
Exactly. I'm fine with that.
This is the. I'm so sorry. This is called strain. Okay.
Okay.
So if you volunteer to lose 5 hit points, you can spend those 5 hit points to do a thing, and those things are gain a helping die, add 2 steps on the dice ladder, or if it's a spell effect, you get another die of damage. And you can actually multiply that up. So if you spend 10 health, you can have 2 of those effects. And so it goes. It's particularly useful if you're a higher level character, because hit points kind of is a blend of physical health, luck, vitality, etc. It's a pacing mechanic as usual. So I'm going to just mention strain, because I think I think you need all the help you can get. But it comes with a cost.
Fighting out of time. The fence is down.
No, where are we? So that was a miss. You've missed. I don't think there's very much. I mean, the fumbles. Right. So if you make a fumble, your next defense is going to be with a hinder die. Bristol.
Right.
That's
all
your
right.
cost.
Here we go. So this is my next defense. Oh shit! I forgot to put a hinder die in. I mean, I did critically fail it, so there's that. Hold on, I might roll worse. 1 sec.
What?
No. It turns out these only go to 20.
All right. So here's the bad news.
Yeah.
Because you fumbled your defense, the opponent's damage is a
Gives
plus
up
5
and-
plus 5 steps on the ladder. So if I go to the dice ladder, which I'm about to do, and I start at a D12, but then I go up 5 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a D12 and a D10. It's the damage that it's going to do because you fumbled.
But I've got 5 points of armor.
Take 11.
I can use my dwarf thing again too.
You can use your D4.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh!
6. 5 points. No way. Would you roll
That is the end of dwarven resilience.
I thought the relic was cursed, not the game.
So it's 5. So here we go. All right. I still have another defense for me. Hold on.
You do.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this is a normal one. Nope.
So that is just a boring straight
So 3 armor.
3 armor. Okay, and the damage is 8.
All right.
So, Thrastul, another thing, because you are a warrior, have you got to half health yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when a warrior is first wounded, and wounded is a D&D 4e wounded, which means you're at half health points, you can make a strength test. If you make your strength test, it's just a straight strength test, then you can immediately make a recovery roll as a strength in battle. Oh.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Fine.
This hellish place is evil.
This place is evil. Great. Okay, that was that.
Okay.
Now it's
My
back
attack,
to you.
I guess.
I guess it is.
Half success.
Okay, I'm going to say that is a hit.
Don't
Make
give me
me
your
a-
pity hit.
It's a pity hit. It's a pity that you hit. It's a pity that you hit it.
Yeah. So do I do half damage on that, or is it?
I'm going to suggest it's going to be a dice step down from your usual dice.
Okay. So let's roll. Go.
Okay, I've noted it. It's a very big, powerful, evil beast, and it takes
You
that
didn't
roll.
have time to do it.
Oh my goodness!
All right, I got 2 defenses. Here we go.
Well, no, there is Connacht to go.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay, so Graham, I have a question for you. What I'd like to do is just drop my bow, unsheath my longsword, rush up, and get basically diagonally across. Can I, essentially it's sort of a flanking thing? My objective is to help Thrastal to, with a help die or something.
Sure.
So what mechanically makes the most sense?
Okay, so the game doesn't, I don't think, directly has much in the way of tactical flanking, but I'm going to suggest that we can do that. So if you do get a flanking roll, I'm not going to give you a help die, but I'm going to say that your damage is +1 step if you succeed.
Okay.
So it's going to be a d20, and you're going to have a d4 as your modifier for this.
D4. Wait. There it is. Okay, D4. Here we go. And now this is with strength. So,
yeah.
Here we go.
That's a hit. So, what's your usual damage? Is it D10?
That's correct.
So, if you go down to the bottom of there's a dice ladder. Click the D12, and you're going to do a D12 damage.
Alrighty.
It feels to me like you need to get a good number here. That's a good number.
9.
9. It takes the hit, but that is a grievous wound.
And I just come charging up there screaming.
Yeah.
Not a war cry. I mean
Yeah. In which case, it basically it will turn to face you.
Okay, that was my objective.
And it will try to savage you. So could you? Make
it doesn't need to do that.
It feels like it ought to.
Okay.
No, I could have. I still have an intact shield. I can sunder my shield.
Oh, so you could sunder your shield, yeah.
Well, I'm good. I'm at full hit points currently.
Okay, so make me a defense check then.
Okay, and that was a dex standard?
That's strength.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we're in melee. Right.
Yeah, okay. And it's +D4.
Okay. Oh, shoot. It didn't matter.
Wow. I mean, seriously, wow. So you fumble your defense again, which means that it's going to do a horrendous, so it's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D12 plus D10 against you. Do you have any armor?
I do. I have leather armor.
Make the roll.
All right.
Take 12. Take 9.
Okay, so I take 9.
Yeah. That's his first attack. Make me a second defense.
Okay. Let me change it to a D4. Okay, here we go. Yeah. No. Damn it.
I mean, you could have dodged, couldn't you?
I guess you could choose to dodge if you're not going to.
Because your dex is probably better, right?
My dex is definitely better.
Yeah. Well, let's say you've dodged, because that is in.
Okay.
And so it misses that second attack, but it loops round, and it is you guys.
If I might jump in, I'm going to declare a signature strike. I just hit it.
Ooh, nice.
Right, excellent. Okay, good luck with that.
And I'll do damage here. There we go. Boom. 9 damage.
You need to hit it first.
No, it's a signature. Once per combat, I can declare a successful attack. Oh, I declare someone as. Sorry, I thought I could just declare I get a hit.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I like your version better, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let's have an errata.
Oh, damage with the help die. Forgive me. Okay.
That's okay.
Addison, read the fucking rules. All right.
So let's get a successful attack in, which you have.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
And that's a special hit.
Nice.
No, it isn't, because I got +4 because of the modifier.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was 9 damage. Well, I could roll with help. Maybe I can get 10. Let's see. Nope.
Okay, 9. 9. Oh, thank goodness.
Good.
And so it is. Describe how you take it out.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is now that Conic has distracted it by letting it bite his arm. I will take advantage of that and just bring the axe down on its back.
Clump.
Ah. Right.
Well, thanks very
That must
much.
be the hardest thing we'll fight. So we'll be fine.
Right, I'm seriously worried now.
We can take
You
take a
are.
short rest, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
So
So this is our
Oh, yeah.
our mid-session 5-minute break, but we will
Oh,
take
okay.
but our characters will take a 5-minute break as well.
recovery dice, right?
Yeah, you get a recovery dice.
Okay, cool.
5 back. Better than
Yeah.
nothing. Okay.
Okay. Hey,
Good.
take it. I'm almost at full. And those are in-game, Graham, those are 5 minutes? Or how long is this short?
So, recovery. It kind of says 10 minutes, but yeah, it's a short rest in classic terms. And with a short rest, what you get is you get a recovery, which is equal to your recovery die. Spellcasters can try to recover a slot. So the way it works in the game is that when you make a roll to cast a spell, you don't roll to cast a spell, but you roll to see if you keep your magic. And if you can roll equal to or less than your intelligence effectively, then you keep the slot and you can keep casting on that slot. But if you roll over, then you lose the slot. So again, it's a way of recovering magic. Okay, so in the sorting out your wounds, resting in this sort of deserted, derelict, possibly haunted village, you reflect that you got a short while to go before you get to Herisgeth, and on that we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we will explore Herisgeth. So thanks very much, everyone, and I'm going to put a break in now. Okay, we're back. We are back in a ruined village on the outskirts of Helix. And Heresgeth is in sight. It's about half a day away. So you've got a tactical choice. You can decide to have a full day's rest, night's rest somewhere if you can, and then approach Heresgeth, or you can press on to Heresgeth to the end of the day and try and find what you're looking for.
So I am not wounded, but I am on the cusp of it.
Mhm.
So if we're going to be facing demons and drakes and undead, it may be prudent to rest up before we go in.
It may
How-
be.
You're back to full, right, Connor?
So
Basically, yeah.
I think recover. I think pretty
Okay.
much.
Well, if I'm intent to protect you as much as I did last time, then
So
me need
recovery-
to renew the jerky, as it were.
I say like,
Right.
yeah, I'm exhausted. I literally am down 1 hit point. I
So,
definitely need a break.
So it's not quite 5e. So once per day, if you have a long rest of one span, so about 6 hours, so a proper full rest, you will get back your dwarvish resilience. So that will return to d6. So things like that will come back.
Okay.
You recover. I should make this more, but you recover a number of health points equal to roll of your recovery dice, but at +2 steps on the ladder.
Okay, so roll 2d8. Let's see what we get here. 10 back is almost full.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all spell slots are recovered on a full rest.
You told me explicitly not to tell George I'm playing a wizard. I didn't want him to be jealous, so
Okay. So, oops.
there's a reason I'm such shite at fighting.
That's looking healthier. It's looking healthier. Let me introduce to you ruined Heresgeth.
Nice. There you go.
Helix itself is the sort of winds and storms of Helix are well known. The light isn't quite as you would expect it to be, and the winds and the winds around you whisper and speak words that you don't fully quite recognize, but sometimes you're sure you can hear your name, and it really is quite unnerving as you head into this sort of wasteland, which seems to know who you
Oh,
are.
now, would you
It's as
quit
if
whispering
it's
my name? Quite unnerving.
And so unnerving is the thing, and that's the condition you'll probably get unless you make me a wisdom test. But it's a wisdom test that is charmed with a help die.
Hmm. So with a help dice because of my beard charm?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It's worth the burning. Oh, hold up, I'm rolling the wrong thing here. That I need. One help
That's
die.
worth having.
Yeah, that extra chip.
There we go.
Oh, I've left that modifier.
I failed and failed.
You felt you did fail and fail.
Mhm.
What was the? Oh God, I should have remembered. I just made it up on the spot. What was your? What was the usage die for your charm?
D8.
Okay, so if you could now roll me, both of you, a d8.
Mhm.
Fine. Just fine. So it's still a d8. And the charm's power holds, but it wasn't enough. So you are unnerved. And I'm going to say that there are conditions in the game, so you can have conditions. And unnerved, but you can also just make conditions up on the fly and give them an effect.
Hey, I can. I'm also prone to luckiness.
And so I'm going to say for unnerved, your thing to note with unnerved is if you ever have to roll initiative, you'll roll with a hinder die. We'll kind of leave it at that for now. That is the main mechanical effect, but there might be some other things. So you're just hesitant because you're unnerved, and it just slightly holds you back.
Just whispering my name. Can you blame me?
No.
Mac.
Not at all.
So I'm going to take you now through this. So what you see there is, I'm going to suggest that is the main bridge into Herresgeth. It's the bridge that's over a moat without water. It's a dust bowl down there with rocks, and there's something moving under the surface of the dust in that sort of moat-like thing as you walk across.
It reminds me of that tale we heard that bard tell, starring Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon.
Well,
sure it's all
you're
gonna
a
be
nerd,
fine.
aren't you? So you've probably got some tremors of some description.
Turnabout. I hate it.
And I'm going to take you straight to the temple because at least the directions were true. The city is derelict, ruined. There are occasional harsh and animalistic cries that can be heard reverberating around you as you pick your way through this desolate place. There is no life, or at least no life that you probably would want to meet, until you get to effectively what is the main gates of what clearly must be the temple that you seek. I'm going to propel you there now. The place is dark. What light there should have been is cast by the sort of clouds that seem to fill the skies. And you're left, well, hopefully you can see something at the bottom there.
I hear wind.
And if you click on a token, you'll see both the light that you can see, the sort of dim view that a dwarf gets, and I've given you a torch.
Are you calling me dim?
Dim. Well, what can I say after that display?
I'm not saying it's not accurate, but it does hurt my feelings.
And ahead of you, you can these what would have been the main gates of this enormous, impressive-looking temple, which is now the gates are broken and gone. Ahead, you can see a light, a sliver of light through the darkness. Further to the north of you, there is some kind of shimmering and ethereal light, which you can make out.
Ark Connor, I see a shimmering and ethereal light.
I think we should.
And you can move 6 squares.
Do you wish to reconnoiter? Do half-elves have dim vision as well?
No.
I do not. Do you
I
have a
don't want you to feel bad, Konak. Not all of us can have dim vision. Perhaps I should reconnoiter.
well, perhaps
We can
because
move 6 squares?
yeah. And I did remember to bring my flint and steel. Don't worry about that. Now a torch.
Do not worry. I found this one with a dim light. Scheisse. I can't take an action.
I've heard that dwarven word before, and I still don't know what it means.
It means hooray.
Oh, okay. Now I see why you say it all the time.
Oh, indeed. Cora, get your bow ready.
Okay, I'll put my bow out. Oops.
I suppose I can't split my action up, right? Where I can ready an attack if it gets in range.
Yeah, you can do that. You can see to the west of you a small creature, which is glowing. Yeah, a bug, sort of like a big beetle
bug
thing. Yeah.
Don't trust this innate cuteness. It means harm.
Okay.
It sort of scuttles a bit. It's sort of a little antennas splitting. It's quite, when I say little, it's reasonably big. It's about half your height in length.
I'm going to try and intimidate it. I was going to hammer my axe on the sheets of animal. Fuck off, beastie.
Okay.
Standard.
Can I? And could I? Well, could I give him some help by firing arrow past it? Like purposely.
Yeah, you can. You can. You can sort of, which would give you a health die.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Boom. Look at that.
There you go. There you
Special
go.
success.
Yeah. It thinks better of getting any closer and scuttles away into the shadows.
So I scuttle along.
I look around for any other signs of other small creatures of the same sort.
It's pretty dark, but you can move forward another 6 as you head now into the main area of this temple, and it is massively impressive with huge columns as was.
But there's a big hole. Watch out.
Just ahead of you, you can see a fissure that seems to have broken and cut.
There is a fallen obelisk.
Oh.
And that it seems quite a way
Can you
down.
not see at all?
I can see just a bit.
He's got to stay close to you to see even you. Actually.
Yeah. I can see about 10
Hold
feet.
on, you're gonna. Let's best draw your sword and light a torch, boy.
Well,
Very little.
That is with a torch. believe it or not.
Oh, that's with a torch. You can see that
Yeah.
far.
I can see
Good
just
eyes.
fine.
They call mine dim. Can we move another 6?
You can move further another 3. Diagonals count as 1.
We should choose these carefully, boy.
Mhm.
Let's go.
I'm gonna step where you
1.
step.
Oh, I see light.
Oh.
2. What's that light source to the north?
Yeah.
Konak, it's no time for dancing, boy. Good elvish ways, I'll never understand them.
It's a little bit of a ritual before we get into danger.
All right. Well, your boot scoot is done. Let's start climbing on the obelisk. That's my 3.
Oh.
Awesome.
I can see the beginnings of the obelisk now. Is that those ruins, or is that just those markings of any kind?
It looks like that might have been maybe one of the pillars or something to do with the infrastructure of the temple as was, but there is an enormous fissure that just cracks right through the center of this main temple. The walls of the temple on either side have also smashed away and fallen into the deep depths of this fissure.
It's not directly germane to it, but I've got that golden jewel sense stuff. Can I, use my dwarven whatever the fuck to see, like, is this thing going to be sturdy enough for us to cross, or is it going
Oh,
to...
I see. Yes, you absolutely can. I don't know if you've got... you may not have a help die with that. I'm not sure you have. But you could certainly judge almost instantly whether it's going to be secure enough to take your weight. And that would be a wisdom test or intelligence, whichever is higher.
Okay. Let's do with or without a help die?
Let's just take a look. Have you got anything? Because what your advantages do is it tells you the things that you get help dice with. So, resist the effects of poisons. Not specifically, no.
Okay.
If you'd got for example, an aspect that said, something like worker of stone, mason, and so on, you'd say that applies. That's a help die.
Okay.
So you use aspects as a way of giving backgrounds to abilities. You can't tell. It looks sturdy, and it's clearly been here. Well, probably a very, very long time.
It's not supported. I'm not taking that chance. Let's just check first.
I see you step back down. Like, what? Is it not okay to cross? Where are you going?
Seeing for an alternate way.
I've lost you.
He's gone. He's gone into the gloom. He's disappeared.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I have no idea where
He's gone.
This way. 3 to the left. Don't step forward. You'll fall off. This way, boy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Over here.
I almost shot you.
Over here.
Okay, that way. All right, I got it.
That goat was less maintenance. Over here, boy. And you,
Okay.
glowing bug, fuck off. Hit my hammer. Hit my shield again.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see the bug.
Indeed.
Is that the same one? Can you tell?
It's the same one. It was hiding in a corner.
Mustache.
Oh,
Different one. Hey, bug. Is that helping
Nice
you
bug.
see?
I see a little bit of dimness. I mean, I basically can see out to essentially here,
No, I don't
pretty
think
well. And then I think I have dim. Right?
yeah. So what it's doing is it has got a light. It's a fire bead.
Oh, got it.
And so it's carrying in its thorax sort of like a shimmering torch-like light. Sometimes they are collected, and
Also,
they create like a
I'm not sure
an
if
organic light.
Thrastle knows this, but they also sometimes have that what do you call it? Regurgitative burning spit too. So
Yeah, it's
that's why he's saying "fuck off, beetle." I know what you're all about. Get
Are
tough.
we going the right way?
I'm not sure there's a wrong way.
I think it's some wrong ways.
so what you've now discovered is that
Nice
there is
bug.
only one way across the fissure, and it's that dubious steel of stone.
Kodak, we keep fusing into some sort of.
Well, we can fit in the same space. I'm a half elf and you're a dwarf, so I feel like
Yeah, and you're always you're on top of me, and I cannot.
Well,
you're there.
I'm taller. That's what it is.
I kind of asked for like a roll mastery movement and maneuver check, but I'm not going to do that because if I ask for that, you'll just fall into the fissure. That'll be the end of the game. So,
Right.
All right. Well, I've got rope. Hopefully, you're strong enough to support me. I'll tie a rope around my waist.
okay.
Okay.
The end of the rope to Konak. All right.
Well, okay.
Would you rather go first?
No. I'm just tying around myself, and I'm looking for anything to, like, brace my feet on. Like so I could.
Yeah.
In case something happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like there's a post, right? That this is fallen off.
That's what I was kind of thinking. That maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is right there.
You could probably attach something to the end of this end of this sort of column of stone. If you wanted to secure something,
All right.
you could do that.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that,
Okay.
and I'll watch to see if Thrastle makes it.
I'll see how good that is if we need to use
I got a
it.
fucking healing potion. I'm gonna quaff a healing potion. What am I doing?
You can do that. Sorry, I should have
Fucking
said.
Bush
Yeah.
League warrior here. My
Yeah,
goodness.
Nice.
I've given a few
Lord.
things to you. Well, that's nice.
Hey, back.
Nice.
I really should have checked what my current hit point is before I did that.
I think that's definitely back to full. And if you don't need to do it, don't quaff it.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I do have one quick question for you, Graham, which is I have this crystal of Kern, which is going to give me
Yes.
light, but it lasts one turn. How long is a turn in this game? Is it 10 minutes?
A turn, I think, is it's quite a long time. So it's about 10 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to wait till I think we're getting to this place where I need to light up a huge area, 50-foot radius.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for now. Cool.
Can you
Okay.
throw that?
I don't see why not. It's a crystal.
We should toss it across before we make our way. We're gonna.
I can. I could. It only lasts for 10 minutes. Is the only thing, but I certainly can.
Well, at least we would know what's over there, and perhaps it would draw the attention of whatever's over there. I know
That's
you're
true.
not. And if it moves the light, you can actually see it then, right?
Yeah, I mean, can you see how far I have to throw it, or do you want to throw it? I can't see across the thing.
How far could we throw the? It's only 30 feet to reach the other side.
Why don't I do this? I will. I guess so.
Yeah, I can try and.
I mean, you could quarterback it.
Okay, good.
A good
That's what I'll do.
45-yard throw. I mean, it's not a football, so it's not designed to be thrown, but it's light. You could probably throw it clean over. I'd say I'm going to say 45 feet, something like that. You could probably throw it.
All right, so I'm gonna give it to Thrustle just to make sure since he can see and I can't see across.
So you're going to
gets there.
there's like a phrase that we'd use to actually sort of set it
Yes.
alight, and then you throw it.
Yes. So I will the Solaris, and then I will hand
Excellent.
it over to
Make me a dex
Thrustle.
roll. With dex roll, and you know, obviously, if you don't want to fumble it, that'd be just terribly embarrassing.
This is why I'm letting Kevin do it.
Wait, I'm making the next roll.
I was gonna let you throw it.
Oh,
No,
But I guess
oh,
I
right.
can, no, because now I can see 50 feet, so I can
Yeah, you can
definitely see the other side. So, making sure everything cleared here. Yep, no modifier. Here we go.
That beetle is like thinks it's a mate and runs over the.
Oh my!
Edge.
It falls down into the fissure.
It falls into the fissure, and it lights the fissure up. Eventually, it
Have
probably
two of
takes.
those.
It might take a turn to get down there.
Clink,
Well,
clink, clink,
that's
clink,
incredible.
Clink.
I'm going to
is-
suggest that for a moment, just for a moment, it got to the edge and then kind of fell.
Right.
So for just for a minute, it lit up an area and then immediately kind of fell away.
And I think as it's going, clinking all the way down, I look over and watch it go, and I say, the good thing is that it can be re-blessed by a piece of kern to make it work again.
Yeah.
Oh, terrific. So
Clink, clink.
what we only need to there's a skeleton across the
There
way.
is something.
Ooh.
If for a
Ooh.
minute there, it lights a figure
Okay.
standing at the other end of the steel, and then
I
it's
think
gone.
Okay.
also dancing to catch up.
So you know something is
Mhm.
there.
Yes. Okay.
Did we see what it was armed with?
It appeared to have. There was the glimmer of a rusted blade.
Okay, no, I can take that. All right.
Can you see it, Thrustle, from where you are?
I think what I'll say when we see that, I think what I'm going to immediately do before I, give a withering look to Konak is hammer the shield and draw this thing forward. Get the
Okay.
fuck, hey! Come on, dead man. Show us what you've got.
And this guardian steps onto the stone-like steel and heads towards you.
Hey.
A greenish glow in its eyes. It's got some
Sure.
sort of armor, and it's carrying a heavy blade.
Is there a bull rush type thing?
There isn't specifically, but we can do something if you want to do that. I like the idea of that. It would be a strength attack.
Very much so. All right, I'm going to lean my. If I'm using my shield, will that give me any benefit?
It'll add one. I'm going to give you an add one to your strength.
Heck yeah. And then, is there a level difference?
In this case, there is not. But incidentally, it always works against you. So if something's a lower level than you,
I assume that.
it's just tough things.
Hey, so I can move up to 6. So I'm going to try and well, first I'm going to try and measure with the measuring tool. I know I'm exceeding my allowed limits of that for the session. I'm going to try and.
I've actually flagged you as a trusted player. Can
Hey,
you believe it?
oh.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
There, yeah, and then I'm gonna. Here we go. Boom. Come on, against 15. No. I'll get the light.
For a moment there, you sort of miss it effectively, and the weight of your shield carries you, and just for a moment, you start to slip on the stone steelers, and all you can see beneath you is this slightly lit chasm, and you can feel it. You can feel it almost pulling at you.
At least I'll know when to hit the impact.
I'm going to suggest that we're into kind of like a sort of a quick combat here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you all in,
I'm gonna roll with a hinder die for my.
and it's a hinder die for you. Yeah, and if you could roll initiative for me, Conic as well.
No, I failed.
Okay. So in fact, this time around, it's the, if I can do this. Maybe I can't move it. That's interesting. Let me just come off that. Can I move that up there? No, I don't think I can. Can I move things down? It really doesn't matter. That's fine. I'll work that out another time. But it will make an attack. So let me have a look at what it is. This thing has got a bony claw and a jagged blade.
Yeah.
It attacks twice. You need to make me, but before that happens, you need to make me a wisdom test. Thrustle, as the sort of horror of this is right in your face. Because of your charm, it's still in operation, and it gives you a help die on your wisdom test.
Let's see. Go. And success. Oh, no. Partial success.
Partial success. It's going to be good enough. But you are still hesitant.
Okay.
So we've done that, though, in terms of your initiative. And so it now gets to attack. First of all, it's bony claw. Whoops, sorry. You need to make a defense test. You certainly do. I'll keep that damage, though.
Not wrong. Oh, I defend.
Wow, good lord. Okay, so your armor will soak it, I think. No, it won't necessarily. Make me a roll on your armor.
Success with partial success with my shield.
That will still be enough. That is the jagged blade. Does 9.
Okay, and my armor is 2. I'll roll my dwarf bits.
Resilience. Yep. Wow.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Fantastic.
Okay.
You take 1.
All right.
Okay. That was it. It flips round. It's back to you. I'd suggest it's probably Thrustle first.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's me. I'm going to. I said go off, beastie. There you go.
Awesome.
So that is +5 steps on the dice ladder.
Hey.
Wow,
Well, I'm
nice.
doing a bull rush. Again, I'm pushing this thing up. I don't really care about doing damage.
Oh, okay. All right.
Neat.
We get extra XP for environmental kills, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh, you know the best thing about the bull rush this? We're going to see when it hits the fucking bottom. So well done, Konak.
That's why I put it down.
Yeah.
Team effort.
All right. So once that thing is it off the side?
It is going to probably be off. What I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to roll a d8 to see how it's pushed off. You are trying to push it off, and there's a good chance that you will.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that what it will do is it will effectively push it back rather than completely off. Let me just get to the dice ladder, and I'm going to roll a d8 and see what we get. With that being 1. In fact, what happens is you push forward, and actually instead of smashing it, it actually smashes it back.
Okay. That's a critical effect?
Oh, it's a critical effect. It's off.
Okay. All right. Then I'm assuming that's probably my movement and my attack. So, Konak.
Okay, step.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You can probably hear ahead the sound of rasping, chattering, possibly out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
But you can probably hear that.
And so it's sort of northwest, like up this direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 1 square, 2, 3. I'm gonna go to here.
Okay.
And I still don't see it.
No, there's only so
4,
much you can see.
5. If only you had something that was like, I don't know, 50-foot radius of light.
Now, bear in mind,
Yeah.
you have 2 of them.
Well, it said 1 on my sheet, so but I'm
Does
happy
it say 1?
to.
Right.
Yes,
In which
it
case,
does.
right. In which case,
Yeah.
it's 2 potions, but one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I don't spot anything. What I would like to do instead is just use my action to, if this makes sense in the game, to just listen more closely to see if I can actually figure out which direction it might be coming from, more
Sure.
for defense purposes.
Can I offer something here as well?
Yeah.
I have 2 torches, but I've got dim light or dim view anyway. Why don't I come forward, light one of my torches, and just place it on that sarcophagus? So you'll
Okay.
have one source of light there that you can kind of triangulate with, and then you can continue having your light as well.
That'd be awesome.
Go for it.
Am I able to do that, Graham?
You are. So what I will do, if you go to there,
Uh-oh.
and as you do that, you see a couple of forms appear.
Oh, I see. I see a beetle.
Um,
That was a mustache.
yeah, probably you can't see this, but
Okay.
I'm going to just set this going.
Okay.
And this is a torch, which you're going to drop on there.
Yeah.
Just see if that works.
Can you see better now?
Yeah, I can. I don't see anything to target, but I do see about almost double what I could see previously.
Awesome.
So that's awesome.
Okay. There
so
are 2 things I can see right now.
Okay, so instead of listening, I'm just going to turn to Thrust and say, "Where are they?"
I'll gesture to the one to the left there. Hold on. Maybe I'll
Oh
right.
shit! Okay. Oh shit! Now. All right. I'll be ready on my next turn.
These
You need to
are
initialize
not
or-
creatures you have seen before. They are some sort of malevolent beings that you don't recognize. And they're sort of gradually looking towards you.
Okay.
Stepping forward slowly. So I'm going to just simply it's essentially this is kind of felt like to be like a fresh combat. So it's like a further initiative check from you.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So it's them first. I'll have to work out how to do this another time.
How tall is that altar or whatever that slab is there?
Yeah, it's slightly raised up. These creatures are about 1/2 to 3/4 your height. They've got long limbs with bony protrusions that look sharp, and large round mouth full of teeth. And they basically rush in. Oops. Let me just do that again. I do this every time. They rush in like this and like this, and they make attacks. So, Konak, you are facing this Main's demon. You're going to have to make, unfortunately, 3 defenses.
Okay.
It attacks 3 times, 2 claws and a bite.
So these are all standard strength.
All standard.
You can't dodge?
Oh,
Dodge
can I
within
dodge?
range.
I suppose you can. You probably can dodge, although you've got a fairly more limited operating zone there. But you could probably dodge. That is a success.
That was a success on the strength. I'll try to dodge on the second one. See how that does.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
made
a
that
success.
one. And then I'll keep
Finally,
meeting.
the bite. It's very hard to beat these.
Oh, okay. He got me on that one.
Okay, so it's the bite. So it bites.
Oh,
at you.
because yeah. Okay, 3.
You can roll your armor.
And I roll
It's
my
3
armor.
damage.
There we go. And by the way, does armor eventually get damaged?
It does. It's at the end of the session, though. The way I play on this, it's the end of the session rather than the end of an encounter. And you roll your usage die. And if your usage die comes up a 1 or a 2, then the armor reduces by a die step.
Okay. So I rolled a 4, so it did 3. That means I've negated the whole thing, or do I always
Correct.
take at least 1?
No.
Okay.
It's negated.
Okay.
Okay, so that's you. And same for you.
Okay. So,
Thrust.
one. Let's get to 15.
Yes.
Oh, that's critical. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm going to suggest that actually prevents both its claws.
Nice.
So you just need to defend against its bite now.
Okay. Go. And success.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
Your next attack is with a help die because of that critical parry,
Very nice. Okay.
which is now.
Boom.
Come on.
Success.
Nice.
Success. You can roll damage.
And I'll use my signature attack. We should take these things down
Okay.
sooner than later. So
Cool. Yeah,
so I should be rolling with the help. So I'll roll 2. And then
That's all right. Roll it again.
5 is what I've asked.
5. Okay. So it does actually take that blow. But it's sorely wounded. It sort of hisses at you.
Okay.
And yourself, Konak.
Hiss on, lively.
So I had my bow in my hand, so I'll drop that, pull out my longsword, and make an attack.
Okay.
That is a fail.
Okay. It flips around to them.
Yep.
You can, Konak, you can make some defenses, some dodges.
Okay, here we go. 1.
It's a success.
That's a
And again.
Ooh, a success.
That's a special success.
Oh, that's right. 3 successes.
It can't touch you.
Level.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't add a level modifier.
I was running Mithras recently, so I've got special successes and critical successes and normal successes.
Absolutely. I'll have a check on that. I'm not sure it does a great deal.
Yeah.
But let me say that you need to make some defenses as well, Kevin. Combat.
What about granting a step die for his next defense?
Is that what it says?
No, it doesn't say that. It says there's something beneficial. I'm looking on page 60. Roll equal to or less in your character. Particularly good success. Some archetypes uses to generate impressive things. With something extra, unexpectedly useful or good for the character.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah. So I think probably your if you roll that, your following defense is maybe with a help die.
Okay. This time I rolled 3 successes already.
Sure. And it's your defenses now, Thrastal.
Okay, here we go. All right, so number 1 is against 15. Success.
Nice.
Arm number 2. Success.
Oh, yes.
Light number 3.
And I switch back to yourselves.
Okay.
Nice.
So then,
They're basically thrashing at you desperately, biting and spitting and clawing.
trying to decide if there's anything.
It's as if they just can't help themselves.
Yeah, demons. All right, here we go. Boom. That is a miss. I was too excited.
And Konak.
What I'd like to do is climb up here, top of this thing, to get some height and try to get a help die to attack this one here.
Go
Does
for
that
it.
work?
I like that.
Okay, cool. Here comes.
Oh, no, it's hardly the time for dancing.
I told you I had to get limber up at the
How do you
beginning.
get over here?
With a help die, so you can roll that again.
Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That does it. You chop down at it. Roll me your damage.
Okay. Here it comes. 7 damage.
7. Oh, it's desperately weakened by that. And you can make defenses now as it tries to climb up there. I will give you a help die on your defenses.
Okay. Great. Here we go. That's still a fail, but it wasn't a 20.
Okay.
Um,
That's the first claw.
and the second was just barely made it, and then a fail. So 2 fails and 1 right on.
So the first fail was a claw, which is 4,
Okay.
and the final fail was the bite.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Well,
All right. So
7
it's
damage
6.
total.
7 total. Yeah.
okay. The demon bites hungrily into your flesh.
Boy, don't feed them. They're just going to come back for more.
And similarly to yourself, yeah,
I've got to help one of the first defense, right?
yeah,
Okay. So we go.
that's a critical.
Nice. Yes.
Wow. So you are going to get a help die on your next attack.
Okay.
The second claw is avoided, and you just need to try and parry parry the bite.
Right. See here. Oh, fuck off, dice!
Which you don't.
I fail. I take the bite.
The bite comes in. It
Only one.
nothing. It chews on your shield. It's now down to you two to finish this off.
Boy, that's got to be fixed.
Ah.
Okay. Help on the axe. Let's see here. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, here we go. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. And you shatter it
Awesome.
completely.
What the hell? Ugly. Can I move as well?
You can.
My attack? I'm going to try and give Onak some flanking here.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you get 2 help die.
Oh, sweet. And we go. Ah.
Wow.
You threw me off.
Roses
I
red.
had
That
it.
means you're beyond help.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got distracted.
I'm just to quickly finish this off. I'm afraid it's going to turn and try and finish you off, Thrastul. So you're going to have to make.
Rostal.
You'll have to make.
Defenses. Let's see here. Let me get the health dice off. Here we go. Attack defense number 1. No
Yes.
problem.
No
Number
chance.
2.
No
No
chance.
Number
Yes.
3 is the bite. Fuck, he gets me.
Oh.
You've got a weakness for the bite. You'd like the bite. That's
Oh.
only 2 though.
But let's see here. Whoa,
Absorbed by
that's
your armor,
steel beastie.
and you can make your attack with a help die.
Which of us?
It's you, Thrastul. I'm going to suggest initially.
Okay.
In fact, you get 2 help die. Sorry, because there's flanking.
Flanking as well too. Look at this. Here we go. Eat this.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a special dash.
It's a special.
Is there one of my?
Warriors who roll equal to or less
power
than
strike.
their... Is it +2 steps?
Oh shit! Power strike I have to declare beforehand.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if there was something...
No, it's right. Power strike is if the attack is equal to or less than the warrior's level. So yeah, so actually I get to roll 2 steps up on my
+2
damage
steps onto your damage, yeah.
die. Yep. So that is 1, 2. Here we go. Boom. Take that. Not great.
5. However, 5 is enough. And
Nice.
the demons are
There's no
finished.
two sweeter words in the dwarvish language than enough.
So, you've crossed the stone steel. You have eradicated the demons. All that's left is whatever is ahead of you. And you can move a full 6 forward at this stage, just to start to get a feel for what you can see.
Watch your toes over here, Konak.
Oh, I see that. That would have been a problem.
It would sting.
And you can see a stairwell going up.
Careful. Stairwells. Watch your step. Oh, I think there's a door.
Oh, I see. Oh,
I can
don't
see
know
beyond
those
that. Should I
skills.
be able to see beyond that?
Yeah, you can see a light. A light in the darkness.
Oh, I see something. Look at that.
Hmm.
Does it look like an eye?
Yeah,
I'm backing up the stairs. I'm just watching that beetle just to make sure.
sure.
It's dark.
It's just
Towards us. Nice
Right.
beetle. Nice beetle.
Do we hear anything in here?
so.
There you are.
It's
Over
quiet.
here, Elf. Come on.
It's
Ah,
quiet. It's just quiet. You can see essentially one of those two double doors was open, and that's why the light was pouring out of it.
Should we ascend those
This is
stairs?
unnervingly peaceful.
It's just
Almost
silent.
placid.
Yeah, I'm not so big on that purple light up there.
Indeed not. Does it look like an eye? Perhaps we should have asked what the eye of Jakara looks like before we came.
That would have been worth 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's slowly stalk forward here.
Okay.
Careful, boy. Oh, there's something up there. To the northwest. A robed
Oh, I
figure of
see.
some kind.
Oh,
Oh, he's just moved
I
into
think
the
he
light,
was right here.
taking up a
Shimmer.
attacking posture.
There is a figure,
Look at that guy.
a shadow. I'll describe it as a shadow
Mhm.
that has a human-like.
Like a Zarkand shadow.
Hey, Sarkhan! Get a fucking pods!
You are not welcome. You hear from emanating from the shadow.
Oh, he stopped everywhere. We were well.
It's floating. It's semi-floating. It's semi-corporeal, you would say. It is a shimmer of collated shadows that take on the shape of a form, and from its blackened, sort of more-like face behind its cowl, it just says, "You are not welcome here."
I just turned to Drastel and said, well, you heard him. Let's go.
Is this another of your friends?
Friend is a strong word. Acquaintance.
I have a
This is
better
Zarkhan.
idea, Shadow Thief. How about you fuck off and we'll take the eye?
And what you see as you say that is your eyes are drawn to basically that center of the light. There is a small plinth in the center of that light. And on that, you can see, well, actually, what you can see is a chain, some sort of chain, which has attached to it a pendant with a considerable jewel embedded within it.
Would you say the jewel was eye-shaped?
Could be.
Oh, could be described by some. I believe we found our orb. We thank you, Shadow Thing, but we'll be taking that now. You can have the plinth, though.
So it says.
You know what? We'll throw the chain in too. How about that?
I am wearied, so he's probably, this is all like just jawing because he's really nervous and unsettled.
Yeah, and it is definitely unsettling.
Yeah.
There is a coldness to this place that seems to emanate from it, even here. There's barely much warmth in this city, but now it feels very, very cold.
There is light in this area, right? Like, Connacht can actually see.
I can see.
Connacht can see everything here because of the light that's emanating from this plinth-like area.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of lean back and whisper to him. I'll run to the left. You grab the eye. And start running out.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I mean it's a
Can
plan.
you double move then with a run?
You can.
I'm going to start just screaming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just run over this way.
Yeah.
So that
Wow.
Connor can run in and grab the eye and get the fuck out.
Okay.
Ah!
Good so far.
Its
This is
attention
where
is
the-
turned to Thrastool.
Go.
You can see a pendant, and in fact, sort of, it looks a little bit. I think I've got something which.
Love it.
Yes, I have. The eye. This is just a representation of it, but it is probably a little bit more impressive than it looks here. But
As long as it's
that-
got like a spiral on it. Oh, there we go. This is looking
Yeah.
like right up my alley.
Heck yeah.
yeah, it's got
You've
engravings
got
on
that
the
jacket.
chain.
It goes great with this. So
Exactly. It's perfect. This is
Wait.
the,
Terrific! You look amazing.
the title of this adventure is Fashion Quest.
Yeah.
exactly. It's a bold design choice for an RPG, but you're just trying to like the, you know.
Right. I think you cornered the market though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you pick it up, and at that moment,
Okay.
the shadow's attention goes in that sort of Nazgul-like thing where it's almost as if it can see the ring.
Yeah.
Does that give me a help die on my inevitable
Yeah,
attack?
yeah, it probably does. And so we're going to go to initiative.
Over here, fuck off!
I'm going to give you a. This is your big chance here. This is a help die. This is a surprise attack because it is completely distracted by the fact that Connacht has picked up the jewel. It is, however, a slightly incorporeal figure. So,
And I kind of polish it, like I let him see me polishing it, and then I drape it over my head just to further aggravate him.
Is there a level difference too that I need to factor in?
sadly, there is one.
Okay. One. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
It's make me a roll. I'm gonna have a look at what.
So one help die. Anything else I'm missing here? And a D4. The level difference.
That's correct. You will have there will be an effect on your damage, which we'll work out in a minute, because it is only semi-corporeal.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Let's see if I hit.
Come on.
Come on.
Yay,
Oh,
three!
yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Well in.
5 total, but more than good enough. All right, so let's roll. Damage. I'll do my signature attack to open.
Yeah.
Up.
Nice.
Okay. So, does this work? Let's see. Does not. Okay, so 5 or 2. So 5.
Nice.
Okay. Smashes into it.
Yeah.
It's not quite as effective as you would like it to be. It's sort of half of it. Sort of you feel the weight of your blow, and you've still got the weight of your blow as you pass almost semi through it. But it does shriek, and parts of its form split because of your blow. But then starts to reform and connect.
I'm
up.
over here.
Connacht, are you going to run? Is that your idea?
That is my plan. I'm concerned that there's other things waiting in the wings because I like spy something like over here, just barely.
Yeah.
But that makes me even want to run more. But I'm aware that I might have to shoot. So unless you need to do anything else, I'm going to start moving.
So what we're going to do now is that was, if you like, the surprise setup move. We're
Gotcha.
now going to roll initiative
Okay.
just to see how we're going to play out this what I suspect might be our final scene.
Now, do we have does the level modify our initiative rolls?
The level modifier only affects attacks and defenses.
Contested
Okay.
stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. I
Oh, shoot.
failed. I'm hindered still.
Oh, I just made it. Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to use the combat tracker because that's not helping me. Okay, so excellent. So in which case, if you make it, you go before it. If you fail it, you go after it.
So you're up,
So-
Connacht.
Connacht, you're up. You're running basically.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Thrastool.
6 so far. And let me move one more 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Love it.
You can just see, but you may not. But Connacht has almost left the building. He's
Love
run
it.
down the steps and disappeared out of view. And it is now it. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are there attack opportunity in the game?
Let's see. Is there? I think it might be a bit crafty on that.
I'm yelling back to Throstle. I've got it. Let's go.
That could be. If it helps. There might be something in there. I don't know.
So what do you call it? I can't. What's the physicist with the cat?
Yeah,
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's
that's attack
You'll find out when he
it
moves.
Yeah. So, ordinarily, you would fight a shadow, and it would be very difficult. But you do get a. No, I'm going to change that. So, your defenses do not have the level difference as a penalty, because the shadow is in the light that is emanating from this, so it loses its advantage. It works better in shadow. So you would need to make me a defense test. It only has one attack.
That can't be good. It's probably a very bad attack.
It's not a good attack.
I can use any of my defenses though.
You can.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. That's a full success because I got +1 from my shield.
Correct. So it's a success. The claw, the shadow claw half goes through your shield, and you can feel the coldness on your arm, but you do manage to block it to one side.
Oh, I felt those breezes, beastie. Try harder.
Don't taunt it.
Run, boy.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying.
So it's round to you guys. I'm going to start with you, Thrastul.
Okay. Actually, I lost. I technically get to. Okay, so are there attacks?
That's right.
Can I beat feet?
You can move. You can move. I mean, you can attack it and then move, or you can just decide to run.
Oh, yeah, good call. It's actually a better call. I'm gonna whack this thing.
And you've got a help die. You've got a help die again because it's in what effectively is daylight.
Yep. Nice. I have a in here level difference.
Just going to level things a little bit for you.
Here we go. Is that right? Yep. Here we go. Come on. Help die. Hit.
Yes.
That works. That actually works. Look at how my sheet works.
And here.
Oh, 2.
2 points damage. Not great.
It's a very light blow on it, but it's still.
Oh, it's because I was a defense. Retreating.
Yeah.
Repositioning. I'm gonna get to the other side. Still in the light.
You're still in the light.
Yeah, affording a sort of defensive position to allow Connacht to get out.
Connacht, you can now move.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through the door. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just
goddamn
sure
bugs.
Oh, yeah. 10, 11, 12. Nice bug.
We told you, get the fuck. All right.
That's 12.
All right.
Okay.
It's it. Well, it is perhaps predictably it avoids the light, but it's still got enough move to move round, and will attack you again. But again, you've got a help die, and you've got a +1 to your strength as well. Still.
My shield. Yeah. Okay. So the help die and this. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, that's a success.
4. Yes. Beautiful.
Absolutely a success. Again, the claw rakes your shield, but does not significantly damage you at all. Okay. And so I'm going to flip round to yourself, Thrastle.
Okay. Set up my thing here again. I don't have a help die against it any longer, right? Or
you do. You do because it's in daylight.
Let's see.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh, so 5 is a hit.
That is a hit. 5 is a hit.
Let's see. Come on. Big money. 3.
3. Okay.
Hey.
You are chipping away at it, I'm going to say.
Okay.
And again, the shadow breaks up slightly. And are you going to move? Are you going to move out of the center of the light?
No. What I'm going to to. I haven't really been hurt here yet, so I'm just going to kind of move a little bit back and try and bait it a little further.
Okay. Yeah.
Going around. Okay.
I'm going to switch to Connacht just to see how much further you are going to move now.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go around this thing. No, I'll go over it.
Okay. Yeah.
5,
basically, you
6,
hurdle it. Yeah.
7, 8. I gotta see where I am now. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. So I stop midway across this fallen column, and I look down at my 50-foot radius of light. Just for one last
shattered
look at
skeleton lying on top of us.
And as you look down, there's something disconcerting about what's down there, and it draws your eye. And for just a minute, you almost lose your balance. Or do you? Make me a dex check, please.
Oh, man. Let me clear all my things. Yep, they're all cleared. Here we go.
Nice! Oh! Special success.
I so wanted you to go down. Right. Okay.
That would have been funny.
Right. So
Everybody would have seen it.
I'm going to head back. You do goad it, and it does follow you as predictably as anything, and will attack you. And you get, so it's another defense. Yes, you get your +1 because you're in the light, and you get your +1 for your shield.
Okay.
And you get the D4.
All right. Here we go. My shield. All right, here we go.
Oh, critical.
Critical
critical.
success!
Right. So your next attack has 2 help dice.
Yes.
That's right, isn't it? Or no, is it plus?
Can I make a pitch for something?
Yeah.
Because what I'm gonna do is, if it comes in, what if I like baited it a little further forward, knowing it was gonna try and like get a little more solid, trying to hit me, and then fucking shield bash it. So, because I'm gonna beat feet next round, and I want to have it at half speed if I could.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. And with that thing, getting the old punch of the kisser. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I do with my round.
Wow.
We've cut your bubble.
I'm actually going to also ask you to roll a D6 for damage.
Heck yeah.
I know
for
it's
me.
a parry, but yeah.
Heck yeah. I'll just roll my dagger. Does 4.
Okay. It's knocked back. In fact, what happens, given your location, is it's knocked back into the light. And it shrieks as this subterranean piercing light lances through its body. And you can hear it shrieking and complaining, and it is absolutely not following you. The sound of it starts to dissipate in a sort of first of all, it was an angry shriek, and it becomes like a mournful wail as it's torn apart by the light.
Oh, you're singing my favorite song.
So I'm going to narrate something here, because what happens next is that you both get out of the temple.
Well done, boy.
And you have in your hands the eye of Chakala.
Could you say that again? I heard Ingolf say that it was so hard to get this. Would you mind repeating that just so he can hear?
So the question I'm going to ask the two of you, reprobates, standing on the steps of the temple, looking out upon the ruined city of Heresgeth, with the mage winds rapping and wailing around you in a slightly disconcerting way, and you can see ahead of you, far ahead of you, the mountains to the north.
We're gloriously flapping in the wind.
Tell us what you plan to do now. As in, what do you plan to do with the eye?
So maybe can I ask, Konak?
Yeah.
Do you trust Hanneth?
Hmm.
She seemed quite eager to get her hands on this and quite eager to tell us where to find it. She also seemed to know precisely where it is.
Yeah, I don't always trust those learned types.
No.
I think we should sell it to the highest bidder.
I think perhaps, what of Avara? She wanted nothing to do with this bauble, which strikes me as being perhaps the proper person to see how best to dispose of it.
And she would owe me, so I really like this idea.
Oh, indeed. She also seemed none too fond of that shadow mage you're friends with.
No, I think we definitely have that in common.
So we bring it back.
Well, my fear is getting back. You think we'll be pursued across the land?
But we are pursued on the way here. So long as we don't encounter any more of those dogs, we should be fine.
That's well.
This would have been a great point for Anna to start barking.
Exactly. Anna, that was your cue.
You missed your cue, Anna. Oh, boy.
So,
never work with pets, never work with kids. This is what they say.
So that is your plan. And perhaps another time we will find out what happens to the Eye of Jakara.
Oh, do we get a level too?
To you two. Quite probably. I think, yes. I think it's a level. Awesome. And on that bombshell, to those who've been watching, thank you very much for watching and seeing us play out a little bit of heroic fantasy out in the mid-realms of Kalan. And thanks.
I don't want to disappoint. You can get it in a regular frontwards cover too. But, you know.
Yeah. It links in the show notes to go and get it. But my massive thanks both to George and to Kevin for joining me for a few hours of fantasy hokum out in the midst of Kalan.
Thank you so much.
This is awesome. I want to mention one thing, which is like this is exactly why we need to get more games that Kevin gets to play in, because it always makes it so much fun.
Well, I think the comments in the chat have said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, again, I really mean it. Thank you very much. We were down players for this. We had intended on continuing on with our Fading Suns adventure. We weren't able to do it. Graham was good enough to throw something together on short notice for us, and this was and I genuinely love playing sword and board or like action board warriors too. And a dollared dwarf is right up my alley.
Perfect.
So love it.
Right. Lovely.
And George, thanks for playing as well too. It was great to be able to play with you.
I mean, same here. That was super fun. I would play with these characters again anytime.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 100%.
Super. Right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to just close the stream now. So for those of you watching, thanks if you have been. Cheers.